of boxing news today. And today we've got, it seems like I missed a few scraps from the past couple of days. I'm going to recap a couple of fights that took place in the heavyweight division. But before we get there, I just wanted to bring you up to date with respect to the pound for pound rankings as far as the Ring magazine is concerned. And I rarely go to these guys' sites, but here we are today having a look. Number one, pound for pound, women's division, Clarissa Shields. Number two, Katie Taylor. Number three, Chantel Cameron. Number four, Amanda Serrano. Number five, it's Senicia Estrada. Number six, Alicia Baumgartner. Number seven, Natasha Jonas. Number eight, Dina Thorsland. Number nine, Yokasta Valley. And number 10, Michaela Mayer. Good stuff. If you have any other suggestions for me, please drop them in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. By the way, on Ring Magazine's website, great little poll question here. Who will be the 2023 Male Fighter of the Year? Terrence Crawford, Naoya Inoue, Devin Haney, or Tim Sayu? Two names I have difficulty pronouncing there. One from Japan, the other from Australia. But wow, that's a great debate. That really is a great debate. Back to women's boxing. This upcoming title fight between Shadasia Green and Franchon Crews-Dezurn, which was already for the vacant WBC super middleweight crown, will now also be for the WBA's interim belt in that weight class. According to ESPN's Michael Rothstein, the WBA elected to sanction the Crews-Dezurn Green fight for its belt, adding more intrigue to the bout that is on the Jake Paul Andre August undercard taking place at the Caribe Royal Resort in Orlando, Florida. And I believe that is also where the WBA is holding their convention right now. Could be wrong, but anyway. Savannah Marshall is the WBA champion, but she's been inactive due to injury since winning the belt in July against Crews-Dezurn. And Rothstein also says that the winner of Green versus Crews-Dezurn must face Marshall next. The WBC stripped Marshall in September and named her the organization's champion in recess, making Green versus Crews-Dezurn for the vacant WBC title. The winner must also face Marshall next if she's fit to compete. In brief, Marshall, 13-1, suffered a right hand injury after defeating Crews-Dezurn in July to become the undisputed super middleweight champ, and had surgery in the summertime. She's expected to be out of action until early next year. In the meantime, she still holds the IBF and WBO belts. Green, who's 13-0, undefeated young lady, earned the right to become the WBC mandatory challenger in February when she defeated Elan Cedeiros by a six-round technical knockout. Green last fought in August, defeating Olivia Curry by unanimous decision on another Jake Paul undercard when he fought Nate Diaz in Dallas. Remember that? Crews-Dezurn, she's 8-2, 2 knockouts, hasn't fought since losing to Marshall back in July. Good stuff out of the women. Quick little update. If you need a chuckle in the heavyweight division, you can always count on Tyson Fury. All right. Tyson Fury's I'm just going to read you the headline. Tyson Fury's dad says he can't read or write and did nothing wrong. Apparently, they're in a bit of a tax dispute over in England. So meanwhile, while the tax dispute is underway, where do we see Tyson Fury? Parasailing with his family in Saudi Arabia. I'm obviously looking forward to his fight with Alexander Usyk coming up in February. But right now, he's on a holiday. And apparently he owes a whopping 82,000 quid. That's what his tax fight's about. I'm sure he makes that per minute, if not per second, in these fights he has in Saudi Arabia. Anyway, let's have a quick look at what happened in Dubai most recently. The thunderous clash, it says, at the Agenda Arena in Dubai marked the stage for an electrifying showdown between rising Russian heavyweight Mark Petrovsky and seasoned veteran Lucas Brown. In a fierce exchange, Petrovsky, with a commendable display of power and precision, secured a resounding victory, improving his record to an unblemished 7-0 with 5 knockouts. He's 24 years old. He's a southpaw. So let's keep a lookout for this fella in the heavyweight division, Mark Petrovsky. Also, one of the fighters we've been following for quite some time now and concluded in the year in an emphatic On an emphatic note, I might add, Moses Atwama, 7-0, 5 knockouts, showcased his prowess in a dazzling finish. The 18-year-old heavyweight, having a bustling year with 7 fights, I might add, 7-0, displayed clinical precision by dispatching Michael Bolos in a mere 60 seconds. Do you need to know any more? Wow. But I will read you the second paragraph, courtesy of heavyweightboxing.com. They say, Atwama surged into the bout with aggression, demonstrating a diverse arsenal highlighted by his southpaw right hand, immediately inflicting damage on Bolos. In a perfectly timed sequence, Atwama unleashed a devastating left hook that sent the Polish fighter crashing to the canvas with significant force. Upon rising, Atwama relentlessly pressed the attack, launching a barrage of punches targeting both Bolos' head and body, prompting Bolos to succumb under the relentless assault. Despite Bolos' attempt to protest, referee Lee Every wisely halted the contest within the first minute of the opening round, preventing Bolos from enduring further punishment and ensuring his safety from a potential severe knockout. Wow. All right, over to Las Vegas. Top heavyweight prospect Victor Faust is gearing up for a much-anticipated return to the ring after a 6-month hiatus. The 11-1 heavyweight, known for 7 knockouts, was sidelined following an unfortunate defeat against Linier Pero, a fight where Faust sustained severe rib injuries, forcing an abrupt halt in the action despite him leading in the fight. His manager is saying he's in full health now. His rib and back injuries have completely healed. He's been training vigorously and is ready to step back into the ring by the end of January, if not sooner. Good stuff. Elsewhere, speaking of top heavyweights, I cannot go without mentioning a young man via Montreal. He's going to be fighting on this big card. What's it called? Day of Reckoning over on December 23rd in Saudi Arabia, over in Riyadh. Top heavyweight boxing's return to Saudi Arabia on December 23rd promises a night filled with earth-shaking showdowns. The spotlight rests on 2 marquee events: the clash between former champions Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker, and the headline bout featuring Anthony Joshua versus the towering Swede Otto Wallin. However, lurking beneath these high-profile matches lies a compelling undercard fight between rising star Arslanbek Makhmudov and undefeated contender Ajit Kabayel. Makhmudov, fresh off his 72nd dismantling of junior Anthony Wright last October, returns to Riyadh for what could be his most challenging bout yet. The undefeated powerhouse, with an impressive record of 18 wins, 17 by knockout, faces Kabayel in a pivotal moment in his career. The betting odds currently favor Makhmudov. So Kabayel is obviously the underdog in this one, so he should be. Said Kabayel, I am thrilled to fight a significant opponent. Said Makhmudov, I am thrilled to fight a significant opponent like Ajit Kabayel in Riyadh. This is our chance to showcase all the hard work. Oh, no, this is Camille Ashtavan. This must be his trainer. Let's start at the beginning. I am thrilled to fight a significant opponent like Ajit Kabayel in Riyadh. This is our chance to showcase all the hard work Arslanbek Makhmudov has put in that gym. He's here to prove he's the lion of the jungle. This is Esteban reflecting the team's enthusiasm for this match. Since arriving in Montreal, Makhmudov's dominance has made him one of the heavyweight boxing's division most feared competitors. His rise through the ranks has been relentless, marked by claiming titles and delivering emphatic victories. In 2019, he became the Continental America's champion, being the first to halt Jonathan Rice. That same year, he added NABF and NABA titles to his collection. By 2022, his conquests included defeating top heavyweight gatekeeper Carlos Takam, consolidating his spot among the division's contenders. Currently ranked number 11 by Top Heavyweight Boxing, Makhmudov's aim is the world title, obviously. His recent victories over Rafael Akpekjori and Junior Wright in Riyadh captured the hearts of Saudis, igniting interest in his return for this upcoming bout. Yes, indeedy. So Makhmudov finally has a quote here. Saudi Arabia was an incredible experience, he said. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Kabayel is a formidable opponent. I'm really offered a real test. I'm really excited. Fair enough. Good for him. Looking forward to it. We all are. All right. David Morrell Jr., how's he going to fare against Sena Agbeko? David Morrell Jr., he's 9-0, 8 knockouts, is ready to put an impressive performance on his defense of WBA regular super middleweight belt against Sena Agbeko, 28-2, by the way. It's Showtime's finale, takes place December 16th, beginning at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Anyway, Morrell, the Cuban knockout artist, 25 years old, gets the honor of headlining Showtime's final boxing broadcast against number 10 WBA contender Agbeko. It's coming to you from the Armory in Minneapolis. As we all know, Showtime has been broadcasting the sport for 37 years, but decided to follow in the footsteps of HBO to discontinue broadcasting boxing, unfortunately. But that opened the door for PBC, quite frankly, to march into Amazon's office and do a deal with Prime Video. Morrell wanted to fight David Benavidez, but the Mexican monster wasn't interested, preferring to fight Demetrius Andrade in what some felt was a duck job on his part. Not much is known about the 31-year-old Agbeko, as he's fought two notable opponents during his career. That doesn't mean he's not a good fighter, but there's not much out there in terms of fights to gauge whether he has a chance against Morrell on Saturday or not. This is courtesy of boxing247.com, by the way. Morrell wanted Agbeko to show he's not avoiding him, and he plans on showing he's not in the same league as him. Agbeko lost a wide 10-round unanimous decision to Vladimir Shishkin in 2021 and beat Isaiah Steen by 10-round decision in 2022. You have to assume that Agbeko had improved since his defeat against Shishkin, so he should make it interesting. In the co-feature this Saturday, lightweight contenders Chris Colbert, 17-6, going up against Jose Valenzuela, 12-2, meet in a 12-round WBA 135-pound title eliminator. Earlier this year, Colbert beat Rayo by questionable 10-round decision. Other fights on the card include Julio Martinez versus Angelino Cordova and Robert the Ghost Guerrero versus Andre Berto. So there you go. Let's have a quick look, see what's going to wind out my... Oh, yes. How could I forget? Eddie Hearn is going to wind out this particular episode. Let's have a quick look here, what he says here. He's predicting 3 major fights for Devin Haney in the upcoming year. Eddie Hearn expects Devin Haney to have 3 massive fights in 2024. Of course he does, against big names that will increase his star power. First, he sees Ryan Garcia entering the ring, facing WBC 140-pound champ Haney, 31-0, in either March or April. Then, Hearn will have some convincing, however, to do with Ryan, 24-1, and his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, to take that fight because they appear to be focusing on facing Rolando Rolly Romero in early 2024. And then King Ray second. With the fight money offered from Hearn, Ryan could be persuaded to take Haney next over Rolly. Ryan Rolly isn't one that would bring in a lot of pay-per-view buys on DAZN, that's for sure. And the risk would be significant for Ryan, even though Rolly is viewed as beatable. The fighters on Hearn's target list for Haney in 2024, Ryan Garcia, as I said, the easiest fight to make of these 3 due to Ryan and Haney both being on the same platform, DAZN. This is a fight which would generate a lot of money on pay-per-view and the gate, particularly if you're staged in San Francisco at the Chase Center, where Haney just sold out last Saturday against Regis Progress. Teofimo Lopez, that'd be interesting. See if Hearn can do that one. June or July, it would be a unification fight. Teofimo holds the WO title and is eager to get big paydays that have thus eluded him. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, seeing other fighters like Ryan Garcia get $30 million a day. He's not interested in that same kind of money. He's not enjoyed. Yeah, did I say interested? He's not enjoyed that same kind of money. And the other one, Gervonta Davis. And then he's looking at November, December for that fight, and Haney would have to change his fighting style dramatically to entice Gervonta to fight him. He's probably not going to be here to fight a mover. Provided Haney wins these 3 fights next year, Hearn likes the idea of Devin Haney moving up to fight Terrence Crawford if he decides to move up to 147. But it wouldn't happen right away when Haney, 31-0, moves up to welterweight, because that's not the type of fight you take when you first settle into a division. Hearn thinks Haney's power will increase when he moves up to 147, but he's not sure how he'll be able to handle the strength of the fighters in that weight class. Gaining would be the one thing, but could Haney take the shots from fighters at 147? If he could, he would be steered away from fighters with power like Jaron Boots Ennis, Crawford, Keith Thurman, and Roman Villa. So there you go. Better news out of Boxing World, courtesy of Eddie Hearn and his predictions for Devin Haney, who is a great fighter, as we all know. But quite frankly, we never know who's going to fight who. And it still remains to be seen whether, in fact, we'll ever see Tyson Fury in the ring again, even though he's scheduled for his fight in February against Alexander Usyk. I still say that's doubtful. But anyway, that's just me. Good to have you aboard. Thanks for joining me here on Talkin Fight. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll see you later on, either at 4 p.m. Eastern Time when I join Mike Gore for his show, Knuckle Up, or tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, for another episode of Boxing News Today. Thanks very much. See you then.